how to invest in the stock market. Let's get started. Stocks. They're also known as shares or equities and means having ownership in a company. When you buy a stock, you actually buy a small piece of that selected company. Stockholders may receive dividends depending on the company. They also can have voting rights and profit when the company value increases. Stocks are typically traded on stock exchanges where investors can go on to buy or sell. Most people really believe that it's difficult to get involved in the stock market, but really it's simple. I challenge you, and when you have the opportunity, look at your phone right now. It's simple to invest. I'm sure you have an icon for the Cash App or Venmo. They should allow you to start investing today. Find the icon, follow the instructions, and you are now part owner, investor of a company. You can buy individual stocks like Apple and Nvidia, and then you can buy ETFs. And that is exchange traded funds. They're similar to individual stocks, but it's like buying a whole bunch in one basket of a certain type, like technology only. So you'll have Tesla in there, you have Nvidia in there, you'll have Apple in there, so on and so forth. Once you do become a buy stock, you will become part owner of the company or companies that you invest in. Even if it's like a fractional share, like you put in $10, you are still part owner of that company. Most people gain approximately 7 to 10% annually. I know that the 7 to 10% doesn't sound like much in terms of your annual return, but once your stock position increases, then it's going to look pretty impressive in your financial portfolio. Believe it or not, I did not believe in stock investing. However, now I know, and I believe in investing wholeheartedly. In the last 5 years, or close to 5 years, one thing for sure, there is tons of information about stock investing via books, social media, television, to name a few. Most of the professional investors that I have studied, 9 times out of 10, they are saying, do not touch the money, do not take any gains. Only because they believe, and I do too, that it'll continue to grow. And I know that is true. And particularly for young adults, maybe it is best for you guys not to touch it at all. But sometimes it's hard. But the longer you keep it in, the the more chance you have for it to grow. And then that compound interest kicks in. But here's one thing I usually go with my gut. I'm not a professional at this, but sometimes I go with my gut and just using common sense. It's been steering me in the right direction. My gut and common sense. Every now and then, I lose. It also helps you to see where you went wrong. It's sometimes a learning experience when you lose. You know not to try to, or not to make that mistake again. Sometimes also it's pretty much out of your control. But it's well worth it. Tesla was doing very, very well in 21, I believe. I have to look that up. Well, 21, 22. And huge gains. And I was like, okay, they told me to hold it. But then when Mr. CEO, Mr. Elon Musk, and everyone knows him, he started selling huge parts of his stock, millions of dollars. So I'm like, I have to do what the CEO does. If he's taking money out, I might as well take money out as well. And I did. However, I took a little out for my pocketbook, but then the other 80%, I purchased some new stocks and reinvested in some of my existing stocks to provide me with capital appreciation. That's what it's all about. Now let's go on to discuss the different resources that'll help you in your new endeavor or existing endeavors to make it better with purchasing stocks. Doing resources, using resources and studying about stocks will help you tremendously. I mean, you can look at all the YouTube videos about how to learn how to invest in stocks. You can listen to my videos, but it's all about you really taking your time out and working hard on really getting to understand about stocks. So I would start with going on Yahoo Finance. Oh, it gives you so much information about each stock, about the company, about their market share. And also another great resource is ChatGPT-4. That's really a great resource too. They don't tell you what stocks to buy or this stock is going to hit. Don't think it's going to do that, but it certainly will provide you with information about, basic information about, companies like Apple or any companies that you're looking into investing in. And another thing you need to know is that if you wear Nike tennis shoes, or you like to go to Target, places that you patronize, you should really consider investing in those companies too, particularly if they're doing well. And going onto Yahoo Finance, you can see how well they are doing. But anything that you purchase on a regular basis, you may consider buying stock. There's also something that we really need to touch upon, and that is to invest in a 401k plan at your jobs. If your company offers you a 401k, that means that they're going to match any dollars you put into your retirement fund. 401k is for your retirement fund. Or sometimes they name it another number, but they're all basically the same. So if your job offers you 401k and they match up to 6%, they will match up to 6 to 8%, I believe. Some even more. Depends on the company. I wanted to also add that you can get an option to invest your 401k monies into the stock market. Some companies, I believe, are offering that option. So really look into this. A lot of Americans are depending on their Social Security, and that's about all they have. And some don't even have Social Security coming to them. So, and pensions are virtually obsolete now. So it's good to have this resource or money to tap into once you retire. So start investing. Think about your children and children, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren can be taken care of. And you will be so much more secure to know that before you leave this earth. So, and lastly, I wanted to add this. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'll never really tell you what to buy or sell. What I typically do is just share with you what I've done. However, you must do your due diligence first. Don't forget. Worst case scenario is that it could crash, and it has crashed before. I believe in 1929 during the Great Depression for sure. But if it starts crashing and you see your money just like dissipating every second, go into your account or have your broker go into the account immediately and move all your money into bonds. It's pretty safe place to move it because you never know. And that's just a tip I wanted to share with all of you, because if that ever happens, that's what I plan to do. It's up to you. Okay, we've come to the end of my video, and I would like to thank you for your undivided attention. Please like and subscribe to my channel. My intent is to provide videos on stocks on a weekly basis. But sometimes life happens. And again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye.